skyrocketing prices at the pump, dependency on foreign nations, concerns over global warming, national debt. The common denominator? Oil. Oil imports in the U.S. alone account for more than $37 billion being sent overseas each month, according to the Energy Information Administration. And it's an addiction that experts say is negatively affecting the nation's trade deficit, the environment, the strength of the American dollar, and our national security.
About 95% of the fuel that we use to power our transportation system in the U.S. is oil, and about half of that is imported from other countries. Right now, at today's price, just north of $90 a barrel, that makes oil around $17 per million BTU. And since we import about half of that, about $850 of that is leaving our country's economy and going overseas.
In response, many individuals, corporations, and government agencies are working together to focus on alternative sources of energy to reduce this dependency on foreign countries, especially OPEC nations.
The Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, in an effort to help protect the air resources in Pennsylvania, promotes the use of cleaner alternative fuels for transportation.
Customers are used to natural gas for cooking their food, for drying their clothes, or for actually heating their homes. But it's unusual for them to think of natural gas in a non-traditional use of a vehicle. So what we are doing is working with those who are from the various industries of the transmission companies, the well production companies, and then also those who are linked with those individuals to do refueling stations so that they can use this natural gas for refueling opportunities to make sure that the consumer has a way in which this natural gas can be used for their vehicle needs.
One alternative solution gaining ground is compressed natural gas, or CNG. Clean, affordable, and abundant, CNG is a fuel source that has the capacity to revolutionize the automobile industry and change the face of American energy forever. And it is right here on our own soil.
Well, CNG simply is a fuel that comes out of the ground and is used in the process from everything from cooking at home and heating water heaters through running engines on big trucks and all the way to power generation in our country. It's far cleaner environmentally, cost effective. It helps reduce businesses in the public and private sectors as far as their daily fuel expenses. And you know, it's a homegrown American fuel that reduces our dependence on foreign oil.
The future plans of Pennsylvania and the Department of Environmental Protection would be to help develop a fueling infrastructure in Pennsylvania that provides opportunity for fleet operators, municipalities, industry, businesses to make use of CNG fuel to power their vehicles.
O-Ring CNG Fuel Systems is one company that is leading the way in this grassroots homegrown energy source. Founder Robert Beatty has made it his mission to educate the public and private sectors of the benefits of converting to CNG as an alternative fuel source.
We're all involved along with government agencies and local educational resources to accomplish that mission. It's a joint effort. Everybody has pulled together their resources to see that this happens because we all recognize the need to turn the country around from an energy standpoint. Energy independence doesn't mean we just produce our gas locally or produce our oil locally. It means we have to have a diversity of fuel sources that if one source falls short for some reason, we have another source ready to stand and take its place.
As a result, Robert has opened 4 fueling stations of his own, assisted others in opening stations, and has just completed a new multi-fuel station and education center in Brookville, Pennsylvania, a state with an abundant supply of natural gas.
Many factors came into play when we decided to take our 25 years experience in the gas and compression business and head down a new path with alternative energy. From the economics of it, both for myself and the community, the environmental aspect of it, the sustainability of CNG as a national fuel, locally and domestically produced, and the national security aspect of it.
The Pittsburgh Regional Clean Cities has worked with the National Alternative Fuel Training Consortium to set up these type of centers. It's important to educate the public concerning the advantages of compressed natural gas, how safe it can be, and how economical it can be. This National Training Center that O-Ring has here is a part of a number of them across the country. We're working very closely with O-Ring. We supply equipment. We supply the storage of the natural gas in the stations. We're also working with O-Ring in transporting compressed natural gas on tube trailers. And we're also working closely with the other partners that O-Ring has in providing fuel tanks for the trucks.
Ongoing efforts like this also hold the potential to positively impact the nation's economy. As an American product, CNG has the ability to create jobs, support communities, and revitalize local markets. The economic ripple effect is already being felt in Pennsylvania.
From a local standpoint, the benefits we see start with the individuals. If we can roll them back to prices of 20 to 30 years ago on their fuel supply for their vehicles, that gives us more money to prop up the local economy with and put back into the local community. If we can save municipal entities and small fleets and small businesses dollars on their bottom line, that allows them to increase their employee benefits and wages. That allows them to reduce the tax base in the community, and we don't have an economic problem if we can reduce our energy costs.
To believers like Robert Beatty, the future of American energy is here. Already living almost entirely energy independent, he is committed to leading others down the road to energy independence, and he says economic freedom.
About 8 years ago, I decided that I needed to be more involved in alternative energy, and we branched off our experience and years in the gas business in one form or another to be more specific in alternative energy as a fuel source. And our original goal was to reduce our own costs as a business to become more efficient. In a downsizing economy, we didn't want to cut employees or cut benefits, so we had to find a way to do the same job more effectively. And reducing fuel costs affects our business costs in one form or another, whether it's mail delivery, package transportation, freight, or services that we sell or do for others, or merely just getting ourselves to and from work. So that is a major consideration for almost everybody, from the local individual to the CEO of a large company.
To find out more about CNG or O-Ring CNG fuel systems, please visit oringcng.com.